We need a song that we sing on Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth to ya. Happy Juneteenth to ya. Happy Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth to ya. Juneteenth. Hey. Oh. Oh. Juneteenth, Juneteenth, Juneteenth. Put your bands up. Hey. Say it loud. Juneteenth, we proud. Say it loud. Juneteenth, we proud. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring.
Hello and welcome to Juneteenth. D.A.M.N News. I'm Brittany Lee Part. If you don't know, today, June 19th, is Juneteenth, and for many of you, this is your first time hearing about this holiday, or if you have heard about it, it's your first time actually taking it seriously. Companies all across the nation are calling this a national holiday, finally, and allowing people to stay home from work and use the time for reflection. So because you're home and seeking knowledge, no doubt, about Juneteenth, this show will be all things Juneteenth. And I'm going to provide you with a very basic explanation as to what this holiday celebrates and means to African Americans in this country. So let's get started. What is Juneteenth? As a country, we celebrate July 4th as our Independence Day. That's because on July 4th, 1776, America declared its independence from Britain. But did you know that we had slaves during this time? And guess who wasn't declared free on July 4th, 1776? The slaves. Because when the Declaration of Independence was legally signed, every state in the Union legally practiced slavery. So that brings us to Juneteenth. It is actually June 19th, 1865, 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed by President Abe Lincoln on January 1st, 1863. Now, the Emancipation Proclamation was signed to legally free the slaves, but that's not what happened because the slaves freed themselves. That's right, folks. The slaves freed themselves. How? That's because between 1861 and 1863, thousands of slaves escaped to the North to fight in the Union Army. Lincoln realized the freed slaves increased the Union numbers, and officially saying they were free would prompt more to escape slavery and fight on the side of the Union. Thus, he signed the Emancipation Proclamation to free slaves in the South. But the South wasn't a part of America at this time because they had succeeded and formed the Confederate States of America. So it really didn't do anything. But on April 9th, 1865, Robert E. Lee surrendered, and this officially ended the Civil War. This also resulted in slavery being abolished across the South, but there were still plenty of slaves still slaving in Texas. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of slaves. They were kept in Texas because it was furthest away from the control of the Union. But on June 19th, 1865, General Gordon Granger went to Galveston, Texas, and stood upon a balcony and announced to an entire city of African Americans that they were actually free. And they erupted into praise and jubilation that after almost 300 years of being in bondage, they were now free. Can you imagine? The celebrations were so intense that the newly freed African Americans returned the following year. So Juneteenth is about the celebration of our freedom, the celebration that we overcame what was meant to literally keep us in bondage forever. We overcame. We still have a long way to go, but what was meant to kill us made us stronger. So happy Juneteenth. Because of COVID-19, many Juneteenth celebrations across the country have been canceled or postponed until further notice. But you can still celebrate in the confines of your home or with your close friends and family today and over the weekend. Here are some things you can do to observe the holiday. Watch movies like Gone with the Wind. Sorry, just kidding. Eyes on the Prize documentary. 13th on Netflix. Do the Right Thing by Spike Lee. 12 Years a Slave. Selma. Fruitville Station. These are all some really good selections. Now, some books that you can start or finish this weekend. The Miseducation of the Negro by Carter G. Woodson. Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome by Dr. Joy DeGruy. New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. The ISIS Papers by Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. And you want some music to add to your Juneteenth playlist? How about What's Going On by Marvin Gaye? They Don't Really Care About Us by Michael Jackson. Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud by James Brown. Freedom by Beyonce. Or Glory by John Legend and Common, just to name a few. And looking for a tasty beverage to consume while you watch your movies, read your books, and listen to your new music? Well, check out this spin on a childhood favorite drink.
Thirsty? Let's make a drink. For the culture. Ain't nothing more cultural than Kool-Aid. Get you a tropical punch and lemonade. And you gotta do it like this. Into a blender. A little bit of lemon, a little bit of tropical punch. Little known fact. Hennessy is keto. 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 5, and a half. Sucra drops. Get it from Amazon. To a little swig of lemon juice. Fresh squeeze, it don't really matter. Squeeze. Look like Kool-Aid, don't it? Pull your son just like that. Come on, slushy. Come on, slushy. Bow your head and say grace. Grace.
Now, a few weeks ago, we interviewed Emmanuel Baptiste and his 3-year-old daughter, Emma, about the effects of COVID-19 on the family. Well, shortly after that interview, little Emma went viral for her reaction to being in the pool, but not of the pool. Take a look to see what I mean.
Yeah. Keep kicking.
He's like, you're not gonna wet my hair. That is so funny.
Well, that's it for today's Juneteenth special. I hope you've learned something today. If you don't remember anything else, remember that Juneteenth marks the day when enslaved Texans found out they had been free for over 2 years. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.